We got a late stream. I'm sorry. I'm like 30 minutes past when I usually do streams. So sorry. Okay. So, I don't know if I streamed yesterday. I think I did. I got our little, what's it called? Hold on, let me pull up my thing because my screen just loves to make life harder for me. Why did it do that? Thanks. Bro. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know why my iPad hates me. It's really annoying. Alright. So, I got like a little villager railway set up. I'm glad I did it off stream because I feel like it was rage baiting me. It really was. The amount of times I had to take it down because I didn't know how to do rails. It was definitely testing my patience in this game to the point where like I got off and I was like, I don't know if we're gonna be playing for the rest of the night. Oh my goodness, Ash. Sorry, I would have my mic down, but Ash is like whining because he thinks he needs to go outside. He was just out there a minute ago. I literally just pulled him in. He assumes that anytime there's a dog walking on the block, he needs to go and assess the situation. Which I love that he's so curious, but he's so loud. Okay. So, this is what we got. I made it so they fall into this water. And then they fall in, and then they fall down here. Or I push them down here. And, yeah. But I have it set up just in case I need to get another villager. If we lose them, because they were being weird. The first one I got wandered off into the woods. That shit was so frustrating. I spent all this time to get a villager, and then the first time He's so cute. Stop trying to drink my coffee. The first time I get one, he wasn't even like... He didn't even want the house that I made him. But yeah, so this goes straight out this way, and then it goes underground and leads back to where the villagers are at. But I want to show you guys how fucking long I had to make this. I went through all of my dirt doing this, but I ended up getting a lot of dirt through having to landscape and then what's it called? I was having to dig tunnels to make this. But this is a really, 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 really big road. It takes like 5 minutes for them to... Actually, that's probably an exaggeration. Probably doesn't take that long, but it takes a minute, okay? I'm definitely going to play Vampire Survivors tonight. Been wanting to play it. I kind of wanted to play it more than Minecraft today, but... I also didn't at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, I just... I wanted to do both. Yeah, this path is gonna take forever, but yeah, it goes straight through here, through this mountain. We also went through quite a bit of my redstone and iron and gold, so we're definitely gonna have to mine pretty soon. We're good on diamonds, thankfully. I got like 46 diamonds, but I'm like reaping through all of that, the golden iron and shit. But we're gonna get to this village, or maybe we're gonna sit in this cherry blossom and just pray to God a what's it called? A unicorn spawns while we get stonied. I wanted to get pretty stoned, and then was that one? Did I just watch one disappear, or was that just a sheep? Yeah, we're gonna get stoned, and then we're gonna work on some villager houses. I have 2 librarians already so far, so we kind of gotta do all the other houses. Plus, I have enough beds for them to start procreating, and we can't exactly have them procreating without a whole bunch of houses. So, that's the plan for today. You know. I'm gonna cover this up, so then when I post this on YouTube, I'm not like, you know, being disrespectful or pushing my limits for what I can and can't do. I hope y'all been having a good day. Hopefully nothing too stressful. Just relaxing, you know. So I have this set up on my iPad, but what's bothering me is my dash, like the thing that shows the toolbar is essentially covering up all of the stuff I need. I would like to see who's in the stream and who's following, but I can't because it doesn't want to show me. So I don't even know if anybody's watching. Sorry. Nobody probably is, huh? Man. You're gonna irritate me. Stop. Just fucking put this screen up, bro. No. You know what? I give up. Okay, we're just gonna vibe out. Oh, is that a pretty little horse? I see 2 pretty horses. They're so adorable. Sorry. They are so cute. I really want a unicorn, like really, really bad. I don't think you guys understand how much I had to fight just spawning villagers at our base. Like I said, this was a test of my patience. A big, big test of it. And it took me, I'm not even exaggerating, probably 6 hours. Probably. Like, I know I sat here from, like, 11 o'clock to 3. So that's not 6 hours, but that's a bit. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. It's only 4 hours. Sorry, I exaggerate. I can't help it. But it felt like fucking 6 hours, bro. It felt like 8 hours. It felt like I was doing it forever, but it was only 4. Also, I just learned that on Minecraft Bedrock Xbox Edition, the longer you stay in an area, the harder it gets. So I can put this on easy mode, but if we go to my house, because we've been in that area for so long, 613 Minecraft days, the mobs are naturally and automatically gonna get stronger, have better weapons, have better armor, have more health, do more damage. And I did not know that. No wonder when I'm sitting here trying to fight mobs, especially the spawned, when I'm sitting here trying to fucking fight spawned at our base, they're like taking 4 hits with my diamond enchanted sword. What do you mean you're taking 4 hits? And it makes sense. It makes sense because it's at our base, so they're gonna be there quite a bit. We gotta grind. Okay, so off stream a couple days ago, as you can see down there, I was digging out a lot of sand and a lot of gravel for concrete powder. I'm gonna have to do that again. I know I still have quite a bit left, but I know we're gonna go through this concrete powder like a motherfucker once we start getting more of these houses up. Okay. Let's see what blocks we have over there. and that we need, so then we can start building another house. And then I got that pathway. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I was streamed it. You guys watched me do it. I got that pathway right there. We definitely need to turn this into like a villager enclosement. So you know what I might have to do? I think I'm gonna clear out these trees. Unfortunately, we're gonna do it on stream, so you guys are gonna have to deal with it. But I kind of want to show you guys some of what I do off stream. Even though I know you already know what I do off stream, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes stupid because I'll start the streams and I have a whole bunch done, and then it just feels weird. It's like missing an episode, or at least that's the way I see it, and I don't like that. But I can't help it because some of the best times for me to play this is literally at like 12 o'clock at night, and it's 3 in the morning, and I am busting out a whole bunch of really good builds. It just kind of sucks because those aren't necessarily really good streaming hours. But I guess I can just get over it because at the end of the day, I'm gonna end up finding people naturally who like those hours, etc., etc. Oh, God, sometimes the mobs are so fucking creepy. Look at that pig, dude. You cannot tell me that in the darkness is not at all a little creepy. Yeah. Let's back away a little bit. Look at that little creature in the darkness. Do y'all see that? Look at that violent, vicious creature. Look at that! You see that? That's not creepy. Maybe, no, girl, I say it's creepy and she just started staring me dead in the eye, coming face at me. That's what I mean. Like, sometimes this game is just naturally a little spooky ooky. I don't care what anyone says. As an absolute fucking wuss, I think this game is so creepy eepy sometimes. I also learned this, and I learned this, and I learned this. I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't know what is wrong with my pea-sized brain. Again, I watched this TikTok video about, like, the differences between, this one and computer version, and it was, like, an in-depth, good and bad on both sides, obviously, because both of them have their own really great qualities to them. But, like, on this one, if I go deep enough in the world, it's just gonna start, like, glitching out and being hella creepy. And it kind of reminds me of those, like, stupid little, Minecraft conspiracy theory videos where they think, like, some worlds are just alive. Sorry. I say it like that because obviously it's not true. But of course, like, the little 13-year-old in me who is obsessed with Minecraft and horrified of Herobrine is like, maybe? Maybe? Ooh, what if? You know, like, bro. I watched this adorable ass video of my niece this morning while I was taking a poop. I don't know why I needed to add that in. And straight up, she's so adorable. She was, like, drawing out, like, a crime scene, but kind of like she was explaining it like she was a professor, and I thought it was so adorable because it reminded me of, like, an artist version of Bailey Sarian, but, like, a little kid version, a much cuter, softer, not so scary version. You know what I mean? Just, you know, kid drawings. But I just thought it was so funny because it looked like she had, like, a whole bunch of different, like, little patterns, and she was gonna be like, this connects to here, and this connects to here, and do you guys see the connection between these two situations? And my mind immediately was like, this girl has some potential. She might have some ideas. Maybe I shouldn't have said that on stream, because what if that was a really good idea, and then I just sold her shit out? I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. Don't nobody give a fuck. Don't nobody give a fuck. I kind of wish that I could do this whole Twitch. I mean, I technically really could. I could do this whole Twitch thing without having to interact with social media. Because, as y'all know, or maybe you don't know, I don't know if you've been watching that long. I go off and on social media, and I really want to like just delete them all again. But I started streaming, and it kind of feels counterproductive to delete the thing that helps with that, and works with that. But at the same time, like, I'm telling myself, I see streamers do that all the time, where they just take a break from social media and they'll just stream or something like that. And I feel like I could do that. I feel like I could stream on here while, not being present online or something like that, if that makes sense. And I really like being online because it's much easier for me to stay informed. But the bad thing about it is that I have something wrong with me that has a big hand in my stress. So when I'm stressed, my body like fails to work. That's what FND is, or at least for me specifically. Every time I get, and I mean like stress, like anxiety, and I get anxiety real bad. I mean, real bad to the point where, like, I used to, before I even had to deal with FND and all this shit, I used to have anxiety so bad that I would like, clench my jaw like this. Or, like, you guys saw last night, I like, crack my jaw, or I mess with my mouth, and that's me having anxiety. Like, that's me having anxiety attacks. And it got so bad that it caused a neurological issue in my body, which is what FND is. I'm trying to explain it in a way that's easy to understand, where essentially every single time I have anxiety, my body goes into power out mode, where, you know how Xboxes back in the day used to have the ring of death when you'd overheat them and do too much with them? Like, if you're playing a game really long, your Xbox started to heat up, but you just kept playing and you ignored it, and then your Xbox would just shut off and just stop working. It was just like, you know what, you didn't listen to me, so I'm just done with you now. That's kind of like what my brain does. So every single time I get stressed and I'm unable to do anything about it, which is most of the time, that's kind of exactly how life works. I just so happen to have a lot of physical trauma on my body, that helps with that happening, or this specific illness to form. And yeah, so every single time I stress, it's kind of like my body powers itself off to the point where I become paralyzed. Like, if I'm really sick and I'm throwing up and I'm just not feeling good, I'm not going to be able to move my arms, my legs, my head, my neck, nothing. Nothing's going to be able to move. And unfortunately, that comes with me having bladder issues, just a whole bunch of shit. And it's not exactly a cup of tea. It's not something that I'm really proud of or want to share online. But I also feel like, I don't know, I'm streaming because of what I have going on with me, and because I need an outlet, because I need something to do that's productive. It's not that I like working, but I really do miss the routine of it. And being a depressed person who definitely relies a lot of my worth on what I can do, not being able to do anything freaks me the fuck out. It stresses me out real bad. As you can see, it's what we got going on. So I started streaming because I set it up to where I stream after 5, and it kind of makes it so then it's like my form of getting ready for work. Like, before this, I got in the shower, I cleaned the house, brushed my teeth, did a little self-care, took care of everything, and then I started the stream. And I like that. I like the routine that comes with doing this. Sorry, I know I'm talking into nothing, which is okay. I don't really care. It's easier for me to talk about shit like this when I'm talking to nothing, because then it's kind of like what I already do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have a lot of people to talk to, and that's by choice. I'm definitely someone who's secluded myself. So I talk to myself, and it's kind of like what I'm doing already. Like, I'm just talking to myself, but now I got a mic in my face and I'm on stream. But yeah, I'm definitely a little ashamed of sharing it online, but I feel like it's good because, I don't know. I feel like it's good for everybody to know that, you know, we all hit hard spots. I mean, like, I was really, really, really good before this. No, I'm not. No, I'm in a much shittier situation. But the point of that being is that we all, at any moment, can have something happen. But you can always get out of it, hopefully. At least that's what I like to think. It's like what I like to tell myself. It makes me feel better. So it's kind of like what my mindset is at this point. Forcing the positivity and the productivity to, you know, really encourage my brain to feel normal, you know? Man, so many of these trees. But, oh, and then those little golem dudes, I got them set up in the house a little bit more. I kind of made like a little bridge last night. I got pretty stoned, and I was just like, I want a way into my hallway without, you know, having to do too much. So I connected. I put a little golem in here. He's a cutie patootie. I connected these guys, and I made like a stupid little pathway. Yeah, because I'm definitely running out of space. We're running out of space on dirt and all of this shit, so I started to slowly put one of each thing in these chests, so then when those chests in there get really full, I can just start putting it in our actual big storage room. And Mr. Man right here will take care of the rest for us. Hopefully he's, buddy, are you putting the wrong stuff in the wrong... No, that's gravel. Okay, he's got it. He's a little pimp. He's handling it. Oh! Can't leave Mr. Horse. But I do need to grab more. Do I need to grab more supplies? Maybe I can do a dark oak build over there. We have most of them as the birch wood and the regular wood, so maybe we can do dark oak build. Let's go see if we cleared out enough room for me to make that little villager transport spot. Hi, beautiful. How you doing? Hope you had a good day. Pretty, pretty lady. Sorry, I was gonna sing beautiful, beautiful girls, but then my mind literally switched, like, the lyrics, and then I just had to run with it, because, you know, I mean, sorry, I don't know. You don't know. Right now, I'm setting up, like, a little villager spot. Because I got the railway set up for these villagers. It's above ground and then it goes underground when it comes near our base. That way it's like prettier, so I can just kind of do like a cute little build over here. But unfortunately I have to clear out all these treesies. And then we gotta build something right here. I gotta think of like a cute little train station type of build or something for it. Because I mean it's like a little railway. I feel like a train station fits with it pretty well. God, there's so much junk in here now. It's redonkulous. I'll just put all this in here, I guess. I wish there was like a fast option for me to just put all of this in here. But I don't think the only way I can do it is by just fucking tapping over it. Like in Rust, you can just click Y or hold X. And it auto-organizes your chest and shit. And I wish they would do that for this. It would be so much nicer. Although I guess that's what those little golem dudes are for, so I don't know why I'm yapping. They do have an option, I'm just like a little too slow to realize it. I hit my dab pen and I got Supernatural on in the background. It's a warm coffee and I'm feeling vibey. Ooh! Sorry, hopefully that wasn't too loud in the mic. Horrible. Horrible. I don't know what my obsession is with switching accents all the time. I feel like it's something that I got from like my dad or something. Someone in my life was doing it. I don't know where I got it from. I just like can't help but like radio station a whole bunch of different accents, and most of the time they don't even sound like actual accents, which makes it even worse because I'm just like horribly butchering these accents, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. What's up? You ever seen that bald dude who would like talk like this, and he'd like always stick his tongue out hella pointy and do like a little tiny smile, talk like this, and it was so funny. I fucking love that shit. And now every single time I do that smile, that's all I think of. He did that so fucking well. Reminds me of my older brother, who just so happens to be the most boring person on the planet. Oak River, Snow, bro. Did you know that United States is like one of the only places that sits here and advertises medicines like that on TV? I always think that's so weird. Every single time they come on now, that's all I think about. I'm like, why are you advertising this to me, bud? Also, it's so funny. Every single time an ad comes on for medicine, they'll have like side effects that are longer than the entire actual ad for the medicine itself. The side effects take up most of the video, and it's like horrible shit. It's like causes cancer and rectal bleeding, may bleed out from your eyes and shit everywhere, may cause your entire family to die. Like just horrible outcomes. Like I seen one the other day that was, what was it? It was for something that's not too serious. I think it was literally like some type of rash, and it essentially was like this has a good chance to cause cancer, and just like a horrible fucking side effects. And I was like, imagine just having like a little like rug rash on your back, and you get some ointment for it, and it just wrecks. Like that's horrible. And the fact that they advertise them on TV like that is so wild. It always trips me out. Like pharmaceutical companies having ads. I don't think they need ads. They got doctors for that, don't they? And most of the time, when people are sick, we start to look into stuff ourselves. So we don't necessarily need ads, because I know, for me personally, a lot of the things that I found helped me were things that I found on my own, you know? Like sat there and went out of my way to research. Not shaming doctors, like at all. Like shout out doctors, but like a lot of the things that help me most, and I've also seen this in other people, a lot of the times like the things that help them most are things that they discovered, taking a lot of time to discover them, if that makes sense. Like even with AJ, there's a lot of the things for his diabetes that he does that he found out completely on his own. And I have the same thing with me all the time. Like, not all the time. That's an exaggeration. With, like, certain situations in life where you just, like, literally... It wasn't even the doctor or, like, some ad or something like that. It was just you, like, fucking... Which I know is, like, normal, but that does feel, like, a little weird. Because you got people who go to school for this and pay, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars for this education and then get paid bank to work as doctors, and then most of the time it's like the patients who are discovering it. Like all those stories of people talking about how essentially they had to be an advocate for themselves, which is normal, but like to such an extent like doctors wouldn't believe them, or like I've seen crazy stories, and I know it's more common than we think, of like people who had like cancer or something like that, and it was something that was pretty easy to catch, and that they kept begging doctors to look into or do this or do that, and then they never do. And those always, like, that always trips me out, because I'm like, y'all are getting paid bank, like y'all are pulling up to work, and like some of them even got like Bugattis and like just fancy like rich people cars, like 6-bedroom houses. Like you'd think with all that, you know, it wouldn't be the patient putting in the work. Sorry, I always get into medical shit. I can't help it. I probably, like... Bro, yeah. That's probably why I don't go to family functions anymore, because I feel like it's so easy for me to get in arguments, because all I do is just talk about political wrongdoings and shit like that. I gotta stop that. I mean, I know it's good to be an advocate, but I also know it's quite a bit of a buzzkill, and I keep doing it. Keep having, like, real serious conversations, just casually, just dropping that shit on people. I don't think everybody wants that. Although, some of these things, it shouldn't be a choice. Some of these things you just need to be dropped on you, if you choose to be ignorant about them. Like, I be doing that with AJ sometimes, and he pisses me off, like, with that, because he'll, like, I don't know if it's ignorance by choice or what, but sometimes he won't want to know a topic, because it bums him out, and I'm like, I don't really care, like, you need to know, I feel like you need to know what's going on, because what if it happens to your neighbor, or to you, like, what are you gonna do? I know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I had that question when my neighbor was getting jumped. Like, AJ straight up, like, threw that in my face. He's like, either you're gonna call the cops or you're gonna sit there and stay silent. Because I was freaking out. I was like, well, we gotta do something. Because I was gonna go out there and he was telling me that was not a good idea. And so he said, either you call the cops or you go in the room and you ignore it. And I, like, went out there and then made it real clear to the people that I was calling the cops, and then did that, which sounds real corny, because I'm not really a big fan of using the po-po, because every single time I've ever had police involved, shit always escalates way out of proportion. Like, I remember when I was little, me and my dad, I don't know if I was really little, so it was like 14, 15. I was pretty wild at that age, but I also had good reason for what I'm about to say. Like, me and my dad got in, like, a real big argument. Shout out my dad, I love him. Real big. And we got in each other's faces, and then I called the cops because I was being dramatic, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna kill me. That's not what I said to the cops, but I'm just like, you know, I'm making a story. I'm making the story a little bit more fucking not boring. And they came, and they kind of, like, just made the whole situation worse. Not gonna lie to you. They, like, made my dad pull, like, a whole bunch of family members in for, like, talking, and there were people who weren't even there that, I don't know why my dad did, but he, like, called in, and essentially they were, like, siding with both of us, but then at one point they're like, so, do you guys think we should just put both of them in, like, a place? And then it became me going to it. I shouldn't talk about this. I gotta stop myself halfway through that. I'm, like, airing out family drama. I'm forgetting I'm on stream. I'm so sorry. Oh, that was gonna get a real cup of tea from that. But then I kind of feel weird, because not everything is also just my story to tell, you know. There's other people involved in them, and I gotta remember that, especially when it comes to streaming. I feel like it's so easy for me to forget that, and I'm glad I'm clicking it early on, because, like, that would be horrible if I had, like, a huge following, and then I was just, like, imagine something worse than that, and I just said, like, a whole bunch of shit that was none of my business to say. That would not be good. Definitely want to check that. Ew. God, these creepy ass fucking sheep. I don't trust them. I don't like that every single time I say they're creepy, they do something creepy. Like, I just said it's creepy, and then it just sat there and... Maybe I'm overthinking it. But that dude definitely sat there and turned at me and just stared. I saw that. What are you doing? What are you doing up in the tree? Spider pig. Spider pig does whatever a spider pig does. I don't remember the lyrics to that, but it was from The Simpsons. I remember that. That was such a... I fucking love that. When I had seen that. Spider pig. Spider pig. I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't watched Simpsons in a long time. I used to watch it all the time because we have it on DVD. And then Yeah, my boyfriend had it on DVD when we first started dating, and then my dad also had it on DVD my whole life. We always have it on, and I probably have not watched that shit in years. A long, long time. I gotta do that. That'd be so fun to do like a deep dive on all of the childhood shows that we watched. Just like sit down for a week and just fucking watch them all. Like Chowder and Amazing World of Gumball and the older SpongeBob ones. I've seen the newer SpongeBob. It looks kind of weird. I hate when they do that. I know that it's gonna happen. I know that it's something that's bound to happen with technology as time goes on. Like they're gonna edit the details and the cartoon style, because then new people start doing the cartoons, shit like that. So I know it's unfortunately something that's gonna happen, but it's always such a buzzkill when you go to like watch a show that you really liked and it's like completely different. I feel like SpongeBob's a good example of that, because the cartoon style on that is quite a bit, not horribly different, but it's just noticeably different than it was back in the day. But the worst example of a show thinking that they can just, sorry, my nose is being really itchy, I have a scab in there, of a show just thinking that they can switch out characters is what's it called? The Witcher. The Witcher. So they had Superman. The Superman. The most beautiful, sexy man ever. A big hunka, big, beautiful man. Okay, and we all know his face when we see him, because he's Superman. Okay, he's beautiful. And then they switched him out with, is it Luke Hemsworth or Liam? It's Luke Hemsworth, I'm pretty sure. Liam is the prettier one. It's Luke that they put him in. They put in one of the Hemsworth brothers and switched it out on the 3rd season because Superman is a big comic book. Like, he's like, throughout all of his stuff politically, he's always been like a huge comic book nerd. It's why he got into Superman, is because not only was he someone who fit the character perfectly, but this man knows the lore. He knows the lore. Like, this guy's... do you know Comrade Murray? Maybe. I gotta look. I'm so bad with names, but with a face, I might be able to know. But yeah, they essentially went so off script that he quit the show, and then they tried to replace him with Liam, and it just looks so stupid. Conrad Murray. Whoa. Oh, shit. Damn, Mama, you just spilled some tea on me randomly. No, I did not know about this, man. Damn. Yeah, that's horrifying. I'm not a big fan of Michael Jackson, but I don't like the idea of how many times we've seen this with celebrities and shit, of their doctors being a big reason as to why they die. Like the dude from Friends. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Chandler from Friends. It was essentially the same thing. His doctor prescribed something that was definitely going to kill him, and he was well aware of what was going to happen. And I think that's super weird. The fact that it essentially... So, what I read on Wiki from that dude you just said, Conrad, is that he didn't really get that big of a sentence. Yeah, he only served 2... Brittany Murphy, that gives me chills the moment I said her name out loud. She makes me want to cry. Her and Amy Winehouse as well. Dude, there's so many of them. The fact that you and me just said two different people both on the spot of celebrities who genuinely, like, very, very avoidable deaths, and they died. Brittany Murphy, she makes me want to cry. Heath Ledger wasn't a doctor one, but I definitely feel like that was another great example of that industry ignoring very obvious signs of depression and shit. Dude, there's a few. Dude, his death is fucked. Which ones? Sorry, I don't even know, because all their deaths are fucked. Like, it's so... Heath Ledger, yeah, he makes me real sad. Him, Brittany Murphy, and Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse broke my heart because, before she died, she was also in the process of adopting a young girl, to take her out of a really bad situation, and, I don't know. I don't know. I always get kind of... I always feel bad for situations that are so easily avoidable. Like, the amount of people in these celebrities' lives, including the doctors, including the people who knew what the doctors were doing, all of that, the ways that these all could have been avoidable, really just goes to show, like, a negligence that's intended. It's like an intent to be negligent. And that's what makes me sad. Also, gross as fuck to doctors that are like that. And there's a few of them. Angels of Death is what they're called, or people who join that industry and they think that they're doing some, like, righteous thing, or they take people's lives in the industry. Like that nurse in Britain who was murking the kids. There's a few of them like that, where they, yeah. I feel like angels of death, people who work in the medical industry and kill people, scare me more than all of them. Because, like, that's someone who's trained to care about you, and if someone who's trained and paid to care about you doesn't care about you, that's creepy eepy in my opinion. I wish I could just know the truth of everything ever, but also not. Yeah. I get that. I also go really hard on the also not. I feel like if I knew the truth of everything, I mean this in the most non-offensive way possible, I would probably take my life. I don't know if I'd be able to live with all that. Because I know that it's probably way more fucked up than we can even imagine. I mean, that's usually how it is we think it's fucked up based off of the little details we get, and then you really get into it more, and you're like, holy shit, this is way worse than I ever thought it could be. It's like when you hear, like, someone's story, and they're like, oh, I had a bad childhood, and they actually tell you about it, and you're like, holy shit, like, you should be in a documentary. Like, how are you alive? I don't know if I'd be able to know all that, mama. If I knew all the truth, it would be interesting to interact with somebody who knew all the truth and wondering how society would react to you. Like, if you knew everything, yeah, that'd be scary. The drug-induced psychosis in Hollywood and cult-type shit is probably insane. Yeah, I agree. I always think about that video of that model running out of the hotel and screaming, they're eating people, and then she randomly went missing. She ran out of a hotel of a big, rich billionaire's party, screaming, they're eating people, and then she just up and went missing. And usually I would be like, oh, that's like some fucking crackhead. She's probably on ecstasy or something like that. That's usually what I would react to in situations like that. But then you add the billionaire, rich people, Hollywood, all of that type shit in there, and I'm like, no, it's probably way worse. It's probably way deeper. It's probably actually not that far off. Because bro, Hollywood, the occult shit in there, yeah, it's icky. It's weird. It's really, yeah, I don't know. I always think it's crazy whenever people admit that they want to be in Hollywood, knowing all of that stuff. Because, like, I don't know if I would want to shoot for a position that's known for all the things that Hollywood is known for. And I'm not victim blaming at all. That's not at all, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it came off that way. That was not at all what I was intending. But I was saying, me personally, I understand the appeal, because, I mean, you're gonna be rich and on TV. Who the fuck wouldn't want that? But at the same time, knowing all the crazy shit, like Brittany Murphy and all them, and how a lot of those things were people who were pushed into it, like Heath Ledger, Brittany Murphy, Amy Winehouse. I mean, Conrad Murray's a great example too of not, they didn't even have to mentally, they're so, like, they manipulate the fuck out of people. They manipulate the shit out of them, and they make it so then either they're gonna take their own life or somebody else is gonna take their life, and it's good. It's like going into the military. All due respect, I respect the military, but up to an extent. Up to an extent, because knowing all the shit that we know about our government and the way that they go about war and everything, the last thing I'd ever want to do is join in on that. Because we all know we're actually not going to be able to change it from the inside, especially the military. Like, that's some deep shit that's been rooted for centuries. There's no way. The random murder cases of people that they just let go is super unsettling too. I feel scared to even say her name, but Kanika Jenkins crosses my mind often. I've heard that quite a few times. Where do I remember that from? I'm gonna look it up, because they can come get me. I got bullets. A lot. Oh. Yeah. I remember this. Oh man, I remember that. Kendrick, what's his name? I almost say Kendrick Lamar. That's not his name. Kendrick is another one that has a really unsettling backstory, because the kid who we all know murdered him, his dad was an FBI agent, and he just so happened to get really lucky on all these things, which we know would get him accused of murder, but his poppy's an FBI agent, pretty high up there too, and he got no jail sentence, even though it was a nationwide case. I send her so much love all the time, and the guy that tried solving her case ended up dying. What? Kendrick Johnson. That is the young man I'm talking about, Kendrick Johnson. Oh my god. See, that's even crazier that... Yeah. See, and what's weird about that, it's weird, but it also scares me, because even if it isn't, like, some big conspiracy theory, then either way, that means that there's neglect. Even if it isn't a fucking conspiracy theory, that means that someone just really fucking sucks at their job and is still in the police force. And I'm gonna use, like, a really bad example, but I feel like it's a great example at the same time. All of the people who have ever worked in the service industry or having to work with people, we all know how easy it is to lose your job over a customer not liking the way you do it, or somebody not liking the way you do it, or the way you can lose your job over food. Cheap, dumb things. Like, I mean, cheap, dumb things. But, like, people in the police force who are neglectful, not intelligent, no empathy, no actual care towards helping victims or finding suspects. How do people, like, and it all kind of goes back to, like, what you're saying. It's weird, because how do you have such a serious job and you're able to fuck up so much and not get in any trouble? Because I know for a fact I got written up. I got my ass handed to me for defending myself against customers who are like trying to be violent, creepy, sexual harassment, etc. So if there's people in the force or in like the military, shit like that, who are able to like, yeah, no, her case is definitely sad. Sorry, that was a big tangent, but that's what that reminded me of. Cause like even if the like police wanted to play it off as there's no weirdness to the case, then the only other option is that they fucking suck at their jobs and they're terrible police officers and they shouldn't be police officers anymore. But I think the fact that that dude who was looking into her case died, I think that says, unfortunately, that says essentially all we need to know. Because that's usually how it goes, is the people who try to figure these things out don't exist anymore. Which is crazy as shit. That's like so wild to me, like that's like a... Yeah. We live in like a really rich, so-called great country, and yet like, you know, there's the good chance you say something like against these people in power and you're fucked. You're fucked. I mean, you're a great example of that. You're just a viewer in a really small stream with no views, and you got worried just typing it in a chat like that. That goes to show how uncomfortable they make for people to kind of speak up about these things. It's unfortunate. Oh, Letty, you stop it. You want in your house, bud? Oh, I know. He hears the dogs barking outside, and he thinks that means that he needs to go out there and figure out what lore is outside. What lore could be out there? What's happening out there, Ash? It's really important business. Okay, let's map out. How much more of this forest do we need to take out for a good sized little hut? Sorry, AJ was texting me. He's excited because he's been doing like Facebook Reels and stuff. And one of his videos got a lot of views. He's real happy. He's a happy dog. Happy dog. You seen that dog Nala? She's so adorable, bro. Little happy stomps. It reminds me of Happy Foot, the little penguin movie. I loved that movie as a kid. Happy Feet, Happy Foot. I don't know why I called it that. There's a few... Yeah. See, now you got me thinking about other conspiracy theories. One I always think about is the Bohemian Grove, because I always think it's so funny that people think that a lot of stuff happened there, because I grew up right next to it. A lot of people I know work there. A lot of family I know work there. Very public area. Like if we wanted to, I can take us all on a drive there right now. Like it's very public. And like a lot of people like to say like they did a lot of beheadings and sacrifices there, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Gurnville was full of a lot of hunters and a lot of people in those redwoods at all times. I mean, you those little perspectives of people up in the trees perfectly depicts Gurnville. Hunters and just people up in the trees. So even if it just does not seem realistic to me. Dude, I love that movie, but it's also so sad. Happy Feet, bro. Some of my favorite Disney movies are like that. Like The Iron Giant. That movie like shattered me when I was a little kid. I mean, obviously it has somewhat of a decent ending, but whenever they would talk about like killing the giant who just wanted help, I used to... The Land Before Time, yeah. Don't even get me started. I'm gonna start crying right now. And Bambi, you got me fucked up. Why would they kill her mom? It's supposed to be this cute little fucking cartoon. I'm literally about to cry. Oh, if you could only watch one Disney movie forever, what would it be? The Fox and the Hound. Oh, that one's so good. Girl, you were reminding me of movies I have not thought of in a minute. Oh my god, The Fox and the Hound. One Disney movie that I could pick. That's a good fucking question. Because there's quite a few bad ones and there's quite a few amazing ones. And those amazing ones are going to be pretty rough to pick through. One Disney movie, bro. What a good fucking question. Also, oh man, I don't even fucking know. One recent one and one from childhood. A more recent one that I like is definitely, what's it called? Tangled. I think Tangled's a really cute movie. And then if I was gonna have one movie from my childhood, it would be Hercules. I loved the Hercules movies. The Hercules Disney movie. I think that one was a really cute movie, and I loved it as a kid. Oh, but Jasmine is also such... Oh my god. I loved Aladdin. I loved Aladdin. So did my brother. That was like our fucking... That was our cheese and crackers right there, dude. Whew. Junior more so. My big brother, who's also like the dumbest person on earth. Not actually, he's just my brother, and I don't like him. That's his favorite movie. He loves Aladdin. He used to love that movie as a kid. Hercules would definitely be the oldie one that I would pick. What about you? Because, man, that's such a good question, Mama. Man, you should... You'd be a good reporter or something like that. Man, I kind of want to go through and watch some of those movies now. Did you know that I think I'd pick Soul or Inside Out as a more recent one? Inside Out was definitely one that crossed my mind when I was thinking of the newer ones. The childhood, I'd probably pick Dumbo. Oh. That's such a good one. Little Stuart. What's that? Is that what it is? That one where that mouse is like stuck in a ship and he's like traveling throughout the world? Dumbo is a really good one. Man. One of my favorite pets in the world, his name was Dumbo. And it was because he reminded me of Dumbo. He was a little rat. He was like a pet rat I got from the store. And he was a chunky little man. He was a chunky buddy. And he was this light, baby, soft gray. But like the exact same colors as Dumbo. And mind you, he was a rat. But he had these big old ears. And I mean big old ears. Bigger than normal rat ears. He literally looked like a rat version of Dumbo. Just fucking fat ass ears. And I immediately named him Dumbo. Because he looks just like him. And that's what that movie instantly reminded me of. He was the best pet rat I think I will ever get to interact with in the entire world. That little dude, he used to... Bro, I can't even justify how amazing he is. When I was little, I was like super annoying, but I really loved him, and I would always let him out on the bed and like just kind of do what he wants. And even though he was a rat who probably wanted to go wander off and shit, he didn't. I would fall asleep and I would leave him on my bed or just like his cage open so he can go and hang around, and I would wake up and he would still be on my bed or he'd be back in his cage. It was like the most... I don't think I will ever find another pet like him, bro. He was such a good mouse. It was like he was a dog stuck in a rat's body. I lied, I'd pick Oliver and Company as my childhood one. What is that one? That sounds familiar. You're so cute, bro. She always like, wait, back it up. Oliver and Compy. That sounds really familiar. Company. I said that wrong. Oh my god. That's an old one. This is what I mean. You're reminding me of movies that I forgot existed. 101 Dalmatians. That's a good one too that I didn't think about. Man. Lady and the Tramp. Okay, so that one was one of the first oldies I thought of earlier. I love Lady and the Tramp. That is one of the cutest movies. Oh my god. And then that kind of got my brain thinking of like some of the older childhood movies. I don't know if it's this younger generation or if it was just our generation that had to read Where the Red Ferns Grow and all those movies. Man, now that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, you just reminded me of, like, a big-ass batch of movies that exist and need to be watched. Girl, your mind is, like, a beautiful playlist of different movies to watch. That's crazy. You remembered a whole bunch of bomb-ass childhood movies. Man, those are some of those bring back, a lot of nostalgic feelings. I remember when some of the princess movies used to come with the option to get like a dance CD that you would put into like the little disc recorder or disc player, and they'd all have like, I had the Cinderella ones, well, specifically Cinderella and Barbie, where it came with like a ballerina dance thing, and I remember getting so fucking pumped up, so hyped whenever my mom would be like, all right, we're gonna watch some Cinderella, and I was like, bro, put on that dance CD right now, like, get me grooving. Also, whatever the movie was with those blue monsters underground, Little Monsters, is that what you're talking about? Little Monsters? It's, yep, where that little, okay, that movie, I just recently, dude, that monster. Guys, stop it right now. That's so funny. That's why I picked Hercules. Because when I was little, I loved that man. I was like, yo, this is nice. Little Monsters. The fact that you're so fucking funny, bro. I love that. You thought that monster was hot. That's so funny. Also completely understandable. I just recently remembered that movie existed. Like, not recently. It was a few years ago. But for a long time, I could not pin the name of that movie. No matter how I described it on Google, I could not find it anywhere until one day I actually just seen the movie in a recommended bar. I don't remember what it was on. It was probably like on Amazon Prime. And I was like, bro, this fucking movie. I loved that movie as a kid. I love that thing. It was also scary as shit to me, but super cool. I think his name was Maurice. Now I want to look him up because, I mean, what if he is pretty fine? Then we need the world. I need to know. Let's be honest here. I need to know. Maurice. Little Monsters. I'm pretty sure I know exactly which one you're talking about too. Yep. Bro, you are so fucking funny. Oh my god. I really don't blame you. I don't remember having a crush on him, but I can totally see how your young, twisted little mind. No, I'm just joking. That is so fucking funny. I get it, though. That's so funny, bro. I bet you... Oh, man. Hell yeah. I'm so glad that you know that movie, because... Every single time I try to talk about it with AJ, because I don't think he's ever seen it. And when I figured out what movie it was a trip to me, because I've been trying to figure it out for, not even exaggerating, like 10 years, like a long time. I was trying to remember the name of that movie. And I'm so glad that you also know that movie, because I feel like that was such a, not a niche, but I don't know if it's, well, I know it's pretty normal. A lot of parents allow their kids to watch different things and not watch different things. I know a lot of my friends. Have you seen How to Eat Fried Worms? Is it a movie, or is it like a actual How to Eat Fried Worms? Everyone I ask says no. No, I haven't seen it. I mean, maybe, let me look it up, because like I said earlier, most of the time I have seen things, I just don't remember what they look like, so my mind thinks I haven't seen them. How to Eat Fried. That sounds really familiar now. Yep, stop it. This is exactly what I mean. I know, yep. Yeah. Girl, stop it right now. Why are you doing this to me? You got me in a trip. You are bringing up movies that I have not seen in a minute. That's crazy. Once I started to think of what movie that was, man. God, there was another movie like that I fucking loved as a kid. Bridge of Terabithia is one that's super obvious. I feel like that just went viral recently, because I've been seeing a lot of people like making edits of it, but Bridge of Terabithia was a big one for me. I loved the Bridge of Terabithia, and I loved it because as a little kid, I really I wanted to experience a world like that, like a whole fucking universe in the forest like that. I was so jealous. Dude, I was obsessed with that movie and thought Maurice was hot. My family thought those were red flags. You know what? I don't blame your family, mama. Because you want to know what the first thing I thought of when I looked up that dude? I was like, I already know her taste in men is... probably some punk bad boy. You probably like... I feel like... And I didn't want to say it because I didn't know if that was rude, and I didn't want to be rude. But it definitely seems like you love your little rocker dudes. Cause he literally looks like a dude who listens to like AC/DC and thinks he's from the 80s, but he's not. Cause there's a lot of dudes like that right now. Those fuckboys who think they were born in the 80s. And that's how you know they're gonna break your heart, is if they listen to like Led Zeppelin and shit, and they have great music taste, and they have these really cool clothes, but they smell kind of weird, kind of like cigarettes and BO and flushed cologne, weird. And they're always some of the most toxic dudes ever. Some of them are really sweet though. If you get that one lucky needle in a haystack. I had one. His name was Nathan. He was the sweetest boy ever. I don't know why I just name dropped. He was sweet, but he looked exactly how Maurice looks as a teenage boy. Dude, they buy the scruffy jeans from Kohl's, and it gives me modernized 80s. Yeah, it's also when they got that mustache, like a 70s big bush porno man. Then I'm like, oh yeah, that guy knows what he's doing. That man knows what he's doing. Steer clear. Steer clear, ladies. Yeah. And I don't know why, but it's always the most fire mustaches, too. I'm not joking with you. Some of the most toxic men I've ever dated had the best facial hair. Like, ooh, just good facial hair. And I feel like that's my red flag nowadays. Maybe that's why I like AJ, because that man cannot grow a beard for shit. All of my exes, though, they either had some big porno fucking 70s mustaches or knew how to grow a beard. And I feel like, ooh, Those porno mustache guys. You can never trust them. I mean, you might get lucky, but I wouldn't risk it, because that man's gonna break your heart, and he's gonna give you great music taste that's gonna forever make you think of him. Oh my god. If that's not the most true thing in the world, some of the favorite bands I've ever gotten were from toxic ass rocker dudes who gave me great songs, but now every single time I listen to them, I'm like, oh, that dude gave me this song. Like their Nurse Who Loved Me or their Nurse Who Killed Me. Oh, God, who's that from? One of the dudes I'm talking about, and he literally, every single time I think of this guy, he reminds me of Maurice, that dude you showed me, because he looks like him, but like a long-haired guitar player version. The Nurse Who Loved Me, A Perfect Circle, that was the band he showed me. Such a good band, but I genuinely cannot listen to them because of the fact that, and there's no negative behind it. It's just it reminds me so much of him. Like it's like I might as well just be back in his room. I'm good. Those dudes are so easy to fall for. I know it's super weird. No, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. Yeah, I'm glad I stopped myself. The moment my brain automatically puts out the vocals, I know it's super weird. Maybe I should just not say it. Man. Mo from the Doughboy Doodle Bops. I'm picturing someone in my head. I don't know if it's the right person. Oh, that's not Safari, that's Apple Music. Bro. I see it. I'm a 22-year-old woman and I see it. That's crazy. They were just thirst trapping us from the jump. He's kind of fine. Oh, who's the actor for that? Chad McNeera? Is that the right guy? That is the right guy, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Girl, what the hell? Oh, his name, it's Johnny Wexler. Bro, you just put me on. You just put me on. That is a fine ass man. Girl, what the fuck? I feel like that old mom who, like, when you're at your friend's house and she's like, let me see a picture of your boyfriend, and you show her and she's like, oh, wow. Like, that's me right now. Like, I'm tripping. You put me on. Is it bad that I never made love? No, I never did. Oh my god, that is a beautiful man. Ooh. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. You got me blushing. Sometimes I wish. Oh, I wish. I know there's me in another life who's a badass, rich, fucking big booty, big bitty bitch who's getting men like that somewhere in one of those universes out there. You're doing it up for me, Madison, wherever you're at. I'd love to know your stories. Ooh. Bro. Oh my god. Imagine being his wife. What a cool lady. Bro, she's probably like so pretty too. Oh my god. Ugh. My god, stop it, bro. I'm like in heat now. I'm like a fucking dog. I'm about to just go outside and start humping trees. You got me messed up, bro. That dude was so fine for no reason at all. Man. Ah. God, who is a character that I used to fiend for as a kid? I'm trying to think of who I used to actually, like, go hard for. See, I don't know. This makes me definitely this solidifies that little gay strip in me. Cause the first person I think of who I'm like, ooh, they were so fine, bro. Like they were so fine, is Lola from Space Jam. Lola from Space Jam. She was the baddest bitch on planet Earth. And I'm like, who is the finest person you can remember? And I'm like, Lola! Where's she at? That girl was such a baddie. I don't care, bunny or not. I'd become a man for her. I'll glue pubes on my face and I'll fucking, what's up? I don't give a fuck. She's such a bad bitch. Lola. Oh, who else? Scooby. Or not Scooby. What the fuck, Madison? Not Scooby. Shaggy. So sorry. Forget. I'm like, who's so sexy and fine? I'm like, this dog. Oh no. I'm sorry. Not Scooby. Shaggy. I fucking loved Shaggy. In the cartoons and in the movies, like of the real person. God, I can't remember his name. He's so fucking fine. I would sell my soul for that man. What's his name? I know his name. He was also in the Scream movies. Why can't I remember him? Man, I love that guy. He's so fucking Shaggy from Scooby. Matthew Lillard. Yes. That man. Oof. I don't know what it was about Shaggy. I don't know what it is with my weird taste in men, and I'm glad I'm not alone. Because it was Shaggy specifically who got me on him as an actor, and it's so weird because there's been plenty of movies where he is way sexier and he looks like a living, breathing snack. But Shaggy, that guy got me fucked up. Ooh, Scoob. Oh my god, bro, I was like a little kid and I was like, that's gonna be my baby daddy one day. He's gonna be taking care of my kids one day. He's so fine. Hi, Ash. Oh, that's not Ash, that's a hyena. Oh, hello, little lady. Did you just finish your meal? Are you all happy and fat? Huh? She's a happy fat lady. She's so excited. She just had a big old meal. Her and Ash like to wait until the middle of the day when they randomly decide to fucking Miss Honey from Matilda, bro. Bad bitch. Also, like, someone I would also fight a war for. Give me, like, the exact character of who she was. I will fight tooth and nail for that woman. She was... the fact that she was such a good person makes her even better. Because you can be a beautiful, but then you're also, like, an amazing person, and it's like, okay, well, I might as well just give you my fucking teeth. You want my kidneys? Like, what? I'll give it to you. What do you need? Miss Honey from Matilda. She is a bad bitch. Miss Trenchcoat, though. She can get it. Fuck. Miss Trenchcoat, though. When she pull out that javelin. Oh! No, I'm just joking. That bitch was... She was something else. Bro, imagine how fucked that would be getting that lady, and that lady takes over your father's estate and shit. Bro, I'm good. Matilda was such a good movie. I love that movie. Man. Have you ever watched Inception, that one Leonardo DiCaprio movie with his dead wife? definitely heard of it, which is making me wonder if I've actually seen it or if I've just heard the name in my mind is like, no, you seen it when I didn't. Inception. It's a thief with the rare ability to enter people's dreams and steal their secrets from the consciousness. His skill has made him a hot commodity in the world of corporate espionage. A chance to redeem is offered simply. It was such a mindfuck for me. Craziest movie I've seen. Huh. No, but I will add that to my movie list. I got a big ol' list in my phone of movies and shows that I find on like TikTok or Instagram or through recommendations, and they're always super good. Let me put that on this list. Inception. Mindfucked movies are always a trip for me. What's another one that's a good mindfuck? You gotta watch the Yellow Jackets too. So what season am I on? I'm pretty sure I watched the first season. I don't think I've watched the new ones that come out. I gotta wait till I got Netflix again. Or I'll probably go to my mom's house and just watch it and just be like, Mom, I'm gonna hang out with you and watch your TV. Oh man, that one was such a good show too. I've been seeing so many edits on it. The Sixth Sense is a real mindfuck. The Sixth Sense, that one, yeah. That one's really good. Man, there was one that I watched pretty recently that actually like fucked up my head. I'm trying to remember it. Why? Okay, so there's this movie that fucked me up a while back that I think of every single day, and no matter how hard I look for it, I cannot find it again. And it was a scary movie, but the reason why it fucked me up is because they used real world examples and things that aren't so completely out of the realm of what humans do, to where I was sitting there online for hours after the movie looking it up and being like, is this real? Is this something I have to worry about? Like, is this real? And I asked over and over and over again to different ways because I was like, maybe they're not going to give me a straight up answer, but what is the fucking name of this movie? It's called like The Martyr or Martyr. It's literally like a movie in a different language. And I'm pretty sure the reason why it's probably not coming up is because I had a one of those I used to have this 360 security, and it was a thing that gave me a VPN to different countries, and that's probably why I can't watch it. But it was a mindfuck movie about rich people who were trying to get proof of the afterlife and who just wanted a reason to exist. They wanted to know if there was any chance of getting to see it before you actually went. But the way to get there was that you had to push a human being to the brink of death, an extreme, just dehumanize them, brink of death, so then they could touch that other side for a second, and before they die, they would get like a visual of what the other side is like. And so it was these rich people who would set up like trafficking things, and the whole movie you're sitting there like, oh, this is trafficking stuff, like this is fucking weird. But then it gets like really, really like in depth and more about the story than like the actual scary shit. And it's a mindfuck movie. I watched it on Tubi a long time ago. And it's probably, I don't know what the fuck the name of it is, so it's kind of pointless if I can't even tell you the name. Fucked with me. To this day, I still don't think that the internet was being honest with me. Because why would they be honest with me? Because it seemed so realistic. It was a higher society that would grab poor people that wouldn't be missed, and they would experiment on them and, you know, try and figure out if they could get to that afterlife and how it worked and what it all meant. And it tweaked me out. Like, it was more than a scary movie to me. It became like an actual fucking, like, mind fuck. Like, I really can't put it into words, because I know I sound like a crazy bitch right now, but I promise you, like, it was just a fucking weird movie. They really made it seem like it was something that wasn't that out of the realm of something that would happen nowadays, which is pretty unfortunate, but yeah. Those dudes are so slow at putting shit away. I'm sitting here, I was about to fill up that box for them, but no, it's like still full to the brim because they have yet to put away any of my little things. The Sixth Sense is so good. What was that other movie? The girl with the orange hair. And it was like a Liam Neeson movie. Not Liam Neeson, one of those dudes, but she had orange hair. I loved that movie as a kid. And then there was like that opera singer who had like the big blue tentacle hair, and it was like a really beautiful singer. I can't remember what it's called, but I loved that movie. Man, there's a few really good ones. The Butterfly Effect is such an obvious mindfuck, but I feel like it's worth bringing up. The Butterfly Effect is a really good one too. I just recently discovered like the lure behind that, because like AJ has the movies, he has the good and the bad ending, and it's always, that movie's always fucked to me, because it's I mean, and it's meant to be that way, and it's definitely a really well-known one, but it's still worth bringing up, because it fucks with you. Like, just going back and murking yourself as a fetus. Bro wrapped his umbilical cord around his own neck as a baby to prevent himself from ever existing. Like, that's crazy. Crazy. Man. That'd be rough. My God, bro. You, imagine feeling yourself in your little kid body, like, ugh. Just imagine, like, poking my little soft head. Ew. You know how weird that would be to, like, wake up one day and you're conscious in your little kid body? Ugh. I'd probably run around and act like I'm Chucky. Dude, I would 1000% scare my parents. I would immediately do that. The first thing I'd do is I'd start learning to talk so I can go, ha ha ha, and just run around, like, really quick. Like, they think they put me to bed, but I'm actually running throughout the kitchen, and there's just, like, this fat-ass little naked baby just running around, giggling everywhere like a fucking Chucky doll. I can do it. Got me messed up. Sign me up. Oh, that'd be so fun to fuck with my parents. I know they'd be so easy to fuck with, too. Oh my God. I got religious grandparents, too. Imagine going back in time and being able to be your baby self, and I would just go fuck with them, too. Oh my God. Stop it. My mind. That'd be so fun. I would just fuck with everybody, dude. Man, and if I was a really intelligent baby, I would have started school so fucking quick. I would have started that shit ASAP, Rocky. ASAP. You gonna catch me at the library remembering the dictionary at 4 months old. You got me. Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, boss baby, bro. Dude, that's so sick. Imagine what an advantage you get in life being born like that. There are for real people like that. I'm gonna pack a bowl while I talk. And that always trips me out that there are some people who just straight up are born and then they just have like humongous IQ by the age of like fucking 5 years old. They're already like super intelligent chess players who could easily beat an adult in like conversations and mathematics and shit like that. Like, that's always so cool and so trippy to me. Humans are so crazy. Bro, I'm so nervous. My mother-in-law's coming tomorrow and this house is like shitty right now. Like, it keeps falling apart. And she's gonna come tomorrow and she's gonna be like, ugh, nasty ass house. It just reminded me though that she lived here for like 20 years, so she's definitely gonna know that it's a dirty house no matter what we do. That's one thing. When I get rich, I'm gonna have a big old yard, but the surrounding area of my house is gonna be concrete because nothing pisses me off more than sweeping on a daily basis and it never doing anything. We live in a humongous dirt lot and it's super dry out here, so this dirt just flies right in. And when it rains, the dogs get covered in it because they're both dogs that love water, so they will deadass go stomp in puddles. Ugh. And it's always so messy. I hate it. For a long time, I really did try. For like, probably like a half a year, I would sweep daily, mop every other day. Like, I tried my best. And then eventually, I just noticed that no matter what I did, it would get dirty within like 4 hours. And I was like, fuck that. I guess I'm just sweeping every 3 days, 4 days now. It's lame. I hate when I think I have to go pee, but I know for a fact if I actually go pee, I'm not really gonna have to go pee that bad. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like I do that all the time. Like, I feel like I'm about to pee myself, and then I go to go pee, and it's literally like the shortest, the tiniest, nothing pee in the world, and I'm just like, girl, I thought I was gonna explode. Like, getting out of bed because you think you have to pee really bad, but you're really comfortable and you don't want to get out, but you get up anyways. And you go to go pee, and it's literally like a few drops. It's literally a few drops. You're telling me I got out of that comfy ass position for a few drops? No, ma'am. Because of that specific reason, there's been times where I went to bed knowing I had to pee because I was like, I already know I didn't drink any water, any liquids. There's not gonna be shit. I don't really have to pee. Man, that was such a bad rip. Fucking bong is like clogged or something. Alright, so let's what do I need to get? Start mapping out. I guess we'll just chop the trees that are out there because we have so many. And we'll use the logs that we get from chopping those to kind of map out our next little area. That Minecraft stream that I did last night got 16 views, and it's like the most views that one of my Minecraft streams have gotten. I was low-key so excited about that because I think it was because I was yapping the whole time. I think people like when I yap to an extent. Because, you know, I don't like when I yap. But for some reason, other people are okay with it. But I thought that was a little interesting. It was like one of my only streams that really got decent views and viewership throughout the stream. And, yeah. I was just talking a lot of the time instead of really doing a whole bunch. Which is cool, because, I mean, if I could just talk, that'd be sick. I could talk for days. I could talk a lot. You just gotta give me stuff to talk about. Not you. You get what I mean. I just gotta give myself stuff to talk about. You know what I mean. These little chickens. These little fat chickens. What are you doing outside your house, sir? That's really dangerous. I don't like that. Oh, I gotta take down these woods or build a wall. I gotta do like some type of kingdom or some. I gotta figure this out, because if we start losing them, we're fucked. Like if they start wandering down into the caves and stuff. What do you have? How come I can't see that? Hopefully that's a good book. I do have a whole bunch of emeralds and paper, so I can probably gonna level them up tonight. Because I have a shit ton of paper from all of that, the automatic farm we have of the sugarcane. Which has been really handy. Because we got a fuck ton of paper from that thing. Hell yeah! Oh my god, that'd be sick if I can get a villager with mending right off the bat. Man, I can't get over that, the boss baby thing. Because that would be such an easy card dealt to you if you're, like, really intelligent. Because even if you are poor, you're gonna figure your way out of it. Because, I mean... Well, I guess that's not really true, because there are absolutely homeless and extremely intelligent people out there. So I guess it's definitely not necessarily true, but... I definitely think life would be easier if I had, like, a fucking 180 IQ. That'd be sick. Woof. See, this is how... Oh. There we go. He likes to, like, communicate with the dogs right next to us. They'll, like, bark, and he feels the need to let out a few barks right back at him. Everything's good over here! All is good here! Nope. He's going to do it again. Yep. Interesting. The dude's sitting outside the house running his motorcycle. Ah. Oh, I wish I didn't mute. Oh, that was so cute. He like, oh, buddy, come here. You guys stop. You guys stop barking. He like he let out like a little like he was having a whole sentence come out. You're so cute. Huh? Can you learn how to talk English? Can you learn how to speak English? Hi, buddy. Such a handsome guy. Such a little love bug. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. Hi, buddy. He's such a big baby. The fact that AJ got him with the intent of him being like a little guard dog for the yard, and he's fully just a big baby. He's so adorable. Like, I don't, like, I know we don't deserve animals, but I'm very thankful that humans got blessed to have, like, little best friends. Cats and dogs and all of the above, raccoons, everything. Because all of it's just a blessing in general. Like, there's so much love. Like, they give me so much love. And I get so... Like, what even is that? I'm about to look that up. Because I get, like, aggressive love. Like, where, like, I have so much love in my heart from it. It, like, deadass makes me want to tweak out. What's that word? I mean, yeah, that's the best way to describe it. They're fluffy little bundles of joy that love you unconditionally. Bro, your kitty's so cute, too. You have such a cute cat. And she's such perfect colors. She's like a little mocha. Like a little mocha with extra milk in it. She's so cute. I love cats. I love cats. They're so perfect. What's that called? Cute aggression is what it's called. When something is so cute that your brain short circuits and you feel like anger or the urge to squeeze, growl, or say I could eat you up. Or at least that's what people say. I could eat you up. That's accurate though. I see a cute little fluffy animal and I'm like, I could fucking eat you. That's yeah. Hell yeah. Cute aggression. That's what I got. I got cute aggression. They're so cute that it makes me, like, aggressive. Like, my brain cannot process how adorable pets are, and it makes me want to freak out. I'm not trying to be that guy, but I prefer cats over dogs. I love dogs, but they're so overwhelming, and I hate the barking. Completely understandable. There's nothing wrong with that. We all got our own preferences. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know who I like more, because I've had equal amounts of both. I have childhood dogs and I have childhood cats. I love them both a lot. I definitely understand the perspective of dogs being overwhelming though, because Ash was indeed really overwhelming. Getting him as a puppy, there was multiple times where when he was growing up, I genuinely, and I'm not exaggerating, sat there and was like, would I be a good parent? Like, he made me so upset and so overwhelmed where I was like, I don't know if I could be a parent. Like, if this is what children are like, I don't know if I could do this. I think I'd do well with a senior dog. Never get a puppy. Yeah, puppies are a lot, especially compared to kittens. The only thing that I couldn't do with the cats is the spraying on everything. Like, Dixon at my mom's house, she's pretty strict with him, because of the fact that when I left, he started spraying everything. Senior dogs are really good. They can get pretty overwhelming too, though. Levi was our senior dog. It was my mother-in-law's dog that they couldn't take with them, and he's just been living on this property for super long, so we took care of him and just kept him here with us. And, yeah, I mean, it was kind of like having a really slow puppy, I guess. Like, he had a lot of accidents and stuff and would whine and bark and make a lot of noise, chew on things, but it was just because he was old and sick. But they definitely get the pass because they're old and sick. Levi got so much love. He was the dirtiest, grossest little stinky boy in the world, no matter how many times I would wash him. But I would still snuggle the shit out of him. And that's how I know he was just fucking cute. Because you would touch him and your hands would go, like, black from dirt. But I would still literally just fucking cradle that little dude. He was an adorable, precious dog. Cats are a lot more comforting, though. I really would like a cat. One day. I just really don't know how Ash would do with it. It scares the hell out of me. Yeah, I like to think he can handle it. He's been much more gentle than I ever thought he was gonna be. AJ's Nana came a while back. I don't know why she did this, but she just decided to stick her hand in his face. And I freaked out in my mind a little bit. I didn't let her know that. But he didn't bite it. He actually didn't bite it. And I freaked out in my head because I was like, who the fuck sticks their hand in an aggressive dog's face? Don't ask me. I don't fucking know. But she did. And he actually, nothing happened. He just gave her kisses and was nice. So maybe he wouldn't be as bad with cats as I think. Maybe if he also, like, was raised with one. Or not raised with one, but had one as a baby. Maybe he'd be really gentle. I know Maya would. Maya has always been a cat dog. She's been around cats since she was a puppy. She loves cats. Her and our cat Sophie used to just snuggle each other like they were best friends. Cutest shit in the world. Cutest fucking shit in the world. Dude, if you're a cat person, you would love my mom's cat, Sophie. I don't think there will ever be a cat in this world that comes close to Sophie, and I mean that in such a bummer way, because I want a cat, and I want a cat because of my mom's cat, Sophie, but I don't think it would be anything like Sophie. Sophie is gorgeous. I mean, like, she's not only, like, just, like, amazing, but she's gorgeous. She's very talkative, very gentle, and very cuddly. Very cuddly. Type of cat where, like, she may not know you, but she might get up on your shoulder and wrap herself around you like a scarf and protect your shoulders. Like, she is my ideal cat, and I don't think I would ever get a cat like her. She's so cool. She's so cool. My mom got so lucky with that cat. So fucking lucky. And it was just a stray cat that she rescued that ended up being, like, the coolest cat in the world. She's so... Oh, my God, bro. That is, like, the model citizen cat in my head. I love Sophie. She's so pretty. She's white and black and brown. She looks like a calico, but with different colors. She's got these big old orange eyes. Or more like yellow. They're like a bright yellow. But, like, I don't even know. I don't know what it is to describe. Maybe I just love her because she's my cat. That's probably what it is. I'm obsessed with her because it's a cat that I love. But, like, she's just so perfect. I love cats. I definitely understand the appeal. You make me really want a cat. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really want one. I just couldn't afford it right now. One day, though. When I can afford one, I'm definitely gonna get one. That way I can get them, like, a big, tall-ass kitty tree. Oh, my God. And I've been seeing, like, this cool little thing where people were building Attack on Titan towers for their cats. There's a whole bunch of different videos of people doing it. I love that. Are you kidding me? I will totally build my cat a fucking tower. And Dixon would be the perfect cat for that. My cat, Dixon, is a tabby orange cat. And he has one eyeball. And his name is Daryl Dixon, after Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead, because I was obsessed with it at the time. And he ended up living up to the name. He is a beefy cat that I don't think knows he's a cat. I think he thinks he's a dog, full-heartedly, truly in his soul, genuinely believes he's a dog. He acts like one. He fights like one. Like, this dude, you go outside and you hear noises, it's probably him beating the shit out of something. I've watched him fight off raccoons. Like, when I was little, I used to sneak out, not little. When I was a teenager, I used to sneak out in the backyard to go smoke, and Dixon would come out there with me, and there'd be, like, raccoons. And his big, beefy ass would come up there and just, get the fuck, like, he would just fucking rock their shit, and they wouldn't come back. And then he came home one day with one eyeball, because I live in a very shitty area, and somebody shot his eye with a BB gun. $8,000 pet bill. And then one eyeball later. And now he has one eye, and he lives up to his name. And he's also definitely a Daryl Dixon. He fits that name because when he came home with that eyeball, he acted like nothing was wrong. Like, it was fucking weird. Yeah, that shit made me... That's also a big reason why I don't want pets, especially where I live. Because if I want a cat, I want a cat where I live in a safe enough area where I can let them out in the backyard and know that they will be okay, and know that they will have a safe area, you know? Like at my dad's house, it's such a small town and everything is so far apart, like the houses, and it's very respectful neighborhoods, not a lot of wild animals or pets or anything like that. So it's like a much safer space for a cat. You don't really got to worry about too much dangers, and that's something I'd want. Because I know if I had a cat now, the crazy cat lady would probably take it. Because I'd go to let him out, to go potty or something, and then she'd just probably have him. We have this like lady in our neighborhood who they've tried to get rid of multiple times, but they can't. She lives in a truck and she'll steal people's cats from their houses, and you'll just find your cat dead on the dashboard of her truck because she will think she's saving the cat. She's not. And they'll just like overheat in her car. She's like got some real mental issues. But we live in such an underfunded town that it's like it's kind of like yelling off into a void for help. And the only thing people can do is obviously just try and keep their pets safe. But, you know, we live in a poor county, so it's easier said than done to get a whole bunch of people who already don't give a fuck to give a fuck. And try and keep their pets safe. So instead, you'll just hear a whole bunch of people complaining on the scanner that their pet went missing. We already know who took it. Crazy cat lady. Crazy cat lady. I feel like every neighborhood had a crazy cat lady. When I was little, growing up in Rio Nido, we had this lady who was called the crazy cat lady. And she had like fucking 50 cats. But she was more or less called the crazy cat lady because she actually was like batshit. Like there was one time I left my helmet at the jumps and it was like a brand new red helmet. It was really, really cool. It was a BMX helmet. I was so excited to get my first cool one. I left it at the jumps like a dumbass. And I went to go get it. And apparently she had found it. And it was in her yard. And she, like, turned it into a flower pot. And I remember, like, and I was a very, like, anxiety-riddled kid. And I remember, like, very gently going to her house and being like, can I please have my helmet? Like, I left my helmet at your house. Or, out, like, you know, like, I just was trying to get it back. She took that shit real quick. It was like a war trophy for her. She was like, fuck no. You're not getting that shit back. And I just never seen it again. Bro, I had so many bikes get stolen as a kid. We had our neighborhood had like everything you needed because the people in the neighborhood would create their own little shops in their houses. And so we had this Mike the Bike Guy was what it was called, and it was a house that you went in the backyard and he had every type of bike. And you would buy them off of him. And I remember going in there and getting me like a sick ass mountain bike. I got my dad to pay $50 for one. Finally convinced him. And I remember putting it, our porch was like a wraparound porch on top of a hill. But it was like on top of a hill because we lived in a flood zone. So it was like a big cement platform, like, I mean, huge, tall, like, probably, like, 20 feet, 30 feet high, and then the house, and so it was, like, a staircase straight up, and then a porch that wrapped around the house, and so I put it on the back side of the house, and I remember waking up one day and going to look at it, and it was just gone. Turns out my cousin took it, and sold it for bike parts of his own bike. His name was, I'm not gonna say his name. He was the worst cousin in the world. He was such a piece of shit. Every single time me and my brother got something, he would come steal it, scrap it, sell it. You know what? It's not even his real name. His name was Bobo. He was such an asshole, bro. He was such an asshole. Such an asshole. The last time I ever interacted with him, he was drunk outside of a bar being an asshole, and I was like, I'm not even gonna fucking engage with you, dude. I miss doing that. My neighborhood was so small, and we used to have so many different cool places, and I used to just go out on my BMX bike, and I would ride into town, and I would stop by all the little stores, and because my family had lived there for so long, and my mom used to go to the bar and stuff with a whole bunch of people, so I knew a bunch of people, so I would just pass by these places, like Stumptown and all these different places, and I would just go hang out and say hi to people, and I really miss something about that, like, just dead ass deciding to be like, I'm gonna get on my bike, and I just would casually go on some like really fun trip. Or I was such a piece of shit. I would go to this little drugstore that had like these really cool like little witchy aisle, because I lived in a very hippie town, really hippie. We had gay pride parades all the time, a lot of gay bars, a lot of witchy shops, a lot of smoke shops. Definitely very NorCal. I mean, we fit the criteria of what our place is described as. And I was a little piece of shit who had really broke parents, so I used to go in there and steal like little 50-cent candles and shit. Like such a weirdo, bro. Like, yeah, they had this section for incense, and they were like 25 cents for like 5 incense. And I was such a little garbage pail kid, and I'd still steal them. It's not something I'm proud of, but it's a relatively relatable thing for my hometown, unfortunately. Or maybe it was just the kids I hung around with. It's probably just the kids I hung around with. Let's be honest here. Some of them really loved stealing. And I got introduced to stealing through a really shitty friend group that I no longer am in contact with. They taught me how to steal. I was like 12 years old, and they taught me how to go into a grocery store, fill up an entire cart with food, and walk out. And I used to do that for them. They took like really bad care of their kids. So they, like, essentially would put teenagers, groups of us, because there was a big group of us, it was like a stoner house, and they would put us up to the task of getting them food and toilet paper and shit like that. And we used to, like, risk our freedom to fill up these grocery carts for this family. Just walk out the store with, like, $400 worth of food. Sorry, I get a little salty just thinking about it, because they really aren't good people, and I always get mad thinking about it, because I'm like, bro, if only I had somebody protecting me back in the day from people like that, because I probably be in a way less bad situation if I didn't have such a horrible influence. What I thought was super cool when I was 14 was being in a coven. I thought I was in a coven. I thought I was dead ass in a witch coven. Like, I full-heartedly believed that we were in a witch coven. And we would do, like, drum circles and seances, which essentially was just everybody getting high on mushrooms, and then me and my other best friend sitting there babysitting them as teenagers. A whole bunch of grown adults and 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds who got nothing to fucking do, so they just got a whole bunch of 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds watching them do mushrooms in a canopy in the backyard. Yeah, hell yeah, sick shit. But yeah, that was like essentially what that group was. But they taught me how to steal a lot of things. A lot of things. And so a lot of the things I have are unfortunately stolen from like back in the day. This tapestry, both of these are things that I stole while I was with them. There's a lot of them, actually. I have a few tapestries that I took when I was with them. This one right here, and this one right here. And it's not something that I'm proud of whatsoever. I am deeply ashamed of it, and I don't recommend it for anybody, because at the end of the day, I was stealing from little mom and pop shops, and I should have fucking known better. I should have known better. It was wrong. It was shitty. And like I said, I wish I had somebody to look out for me back in the day and slap me right in the fucking head and be like, you dumb piece of shit, what are you doing? But I didn't figure that out until I was like 16. And I stopped talking to those people, and I was like, that was a little weird, Maddie. Madison, that was a little weird. They were really bad people. That's where I met that best friend I was talking about. On Snapchat. Yeah, that's where I met her. Because we were both excluded at the same time. So we became friends because we were both like, oh, nobody likes us, so we'll just hang out together because nobody likes us. Probably for the best that they didn't like us. Probably a good thing. Up until I was like 19, I used to steal single Baby Bell cheeses from Walmart. I just put one in my pocket, Out of all, honestly, valid. I'm not gonna lie to you. I get a little more poor, I might start doing the same thing. Valid. Also, good on you. Out of all places to steal from, fuck big corporations. I know staff can get in trouble, so unfortunately that aspect of it sucks, but at the end of the day, much better that it was a big-ass corporation, because they got millions and billions of dollars. They ain't tripping. They ain't fucking tripping. And if they want to fire their staff over shit like that, then that's on them for being fucking pieces of shit, greedy corporations who don't actually care about their workers. I used to not stand stuff at checkout too. Fuck Walmart. No, I did the same exact thing, Mama. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Fuck Walmart, and also they treat their employees horrible. They treat their customers horrible. Walmart is a shitty corporation overall. I mean, because of Walmart, most of the mom and pop shops had to shut down because Walmart sells all those things really cheap. So all the mom and pop shops from back in the day aren't really doing too good nowadays because Walmart has everything, and so does Target. And nobody's gonna want to go to a cute little mom and pop shop that's, you know, in the middle of nowhere when there's a big ass Target or Walmart. Mr. Big Walmart ain't. Yeah. Exactly. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I knew I could get away with it, I probably would too, because life is so fucking expensive, bro. I swear to God, I go through like $300 worth of groceries in a matter of like 2 weeks. And it's not even that I'm buying expensive stuff, it's that I'm buying primarily vegetables and things, which a lot of these things don't exactly stay good really quickly. Like, lettuce is one of the main things I buy, and lettuce turns slimy pretty quickly if you don't freeze it, and I don't want to just fill up my freezer with a whole bunch of lettuce, even though it is full of a bunch of vegetables. Love me some broccoli. Fucking love broccoli. It's disgusting, bro. I love broccoli. Also, I do not think anyone should be shoplifting baby food, should get in trouble. I think all the employees should turn their heads and pretend they didn't see it. I completely agree with you. I think we should publicly shame people who want to sit there and point out those people. Because if you see someone who's willing to risk prison time to feed their kid, and you in your mind are like, oh, maybe I should snitch on them. Like, what? I ain't even gotta explain that. I already know you know what I mean, Mama. Like, no, I agree with you. I don't like that Walmart and all those places started to lock up baby food. I think that's really weird. They don't lock up all of these other items that aren't necessary to people. They're not locking up hot Cheetos, they're not locking up Gushers, they're not locking up beef jerky sticks. All these things that are unhealthy and not needed and not a requirement for developmental babies, etc., this and that, aren't really that important, aren't locked up. But you know what's super important and necessary for a human to survive and exist as a child? Baby formula. And guess what? It's locked up. Like, that's weird to me. That right there is exactly why I have no sympathy for big corporations, because out of all things you're gonna sit there and hardly guard is baby food. Wouldn't you want those babies to grow up strong and healthy? Because those are the people that are gonna take care of us one day. Those kids that we're not feeding, etc., are going to be the same people taking care of us in senior citizen homes one day. They're going to be wiping our asses. They're going to be making sure we're safe and not being taken advantage of when we're old. Out of all people, that should be the one thing that people are like willing to do the most for. But for some reason, it doesn't work that way. And it tweaks me out. Like, I agree with you. That is, unfortunately, such a like, what's the right word? Like, I don't know. I've had that discussion with people in comment sections a lot, where they try to justify hating on people who are, stealing food. Like, yeah, no, like, there's so many different examples of it. It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. Also, food. Stealing food. I feel like the crime, like, the penalties for stealing food should be significantly lower compared to, like, a penalty for, like, an unnecessary item. Like, a cute little accessory of earrings should not get the same penalty as somebody who is stealing a can of beans to feed themselves, or some pet food, or, you know, some warm winter gloves, or, you know, a beanie to keep them warm. Like, I feel like all of those things should have really low penalties when you steal them, based on the fact that they are, I mean, kind of necessities. Because, like, I hate being cold in general. Like, I sit here and I complain all the time that it's too hot in my house and it's too cold in my house. And it would suck so bad to just have to exist always in those temperatures that I don't like. And I feel like it's really gross that a lot of people, like, expect homeless people or less fortunate families to just have to deal with these things because they're in shitty situations. Like, I know quite a few people who have stories where they genuinely just got a bad card dealt to them. Like, people forget that people get sick. People, you know, people have tragedies happen in their lives. And a lot of those are the reasons why people, you know, go homeless. Because as you can imagine, like, you're a single mom and you spend your entire life taking care of your kids. You know, you dedicate your everything to it. Your kid dies. Do you think that mom is going to be able to run and do everything the way that she did when her kids were alive? No, she's probably going to melt. She's going to have no one to lean back on, and then she's going to go homeless. And, like, there's a lot of situations like that, where it's like, I feel like a lot of people forget how easy it is to get in that situation. I mean, what if the company starts, you know, dropping people because they can't afford them anymore? Like, I know my mom works for welfare, social services, and they just had to fire a humongous amount of people, like most of the people who work there, because Trump's government funding cuts. He made it so our area doesn't have those a lot, but because of that, now there's a whole bunch of people who didn't think they were going to lose their job who now have no income, and it's like, it's so easy to be that person, even when you're trying your best to avoid it. And there's gotta be, like, more sympathy. Like, our country lacks it a lot. Like, we need more sympathy for people in shitty situations, moms stealing baby formulas, people stealing food that keeps them alive, you know, shit like that. Because at the end of the day, I know not everybody agrees with it, but I feel like it's a human right. Nobody asked to be born. So when you're born and you get these really shitty cards dealt, I feel like people kind of deserve to at least have the basic human necessities: warm water, clean water, food, a bed, and fucking healthcare. Like, those aren't, the fact that that's, like, debatable nowadays is crazy. But unfortunately it is. It's wild. People actually debate on whether or not we should give those things to people, and that's so trippy to me, because it's not even a debate to me, and I don't even understand why it has to be. It's as simple as just caring. Like, if you care, then you already agree. You're just like, oh, okay, yeah, no, let them get help. I ain't tripping. And that's how you know some of these people are just weird and icky and not good person. Because it's like, you want to call the cops on that lady stealing baby formula? Oh, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? See, you bring up good subjects, because I wouldn't even have thought about that, and that's such a real thing. I definitely know of a few workers who have mindsets of helping people like that, though. Like, I worked with a few people back in the day who more than once gave people food because they needed it. Like, I know when I was at Carl's Jr., it was definitely frowned upon, but I used to give food to people when they actually, like, needed it. Because there's a difference between somebody who's coming in to juice you of food, who's just like, oh, my burger's cold, and they just want an extra burger. And then there's a difference between somebody who, like, dead ass, I mean, just, you can feel the energy off of them. They're not doing well in life. They just fucking need food, and they ask you very politely, and they don't have the expectation that you're gonna give it to them. Like, they're just polite, good people who deserve help. I've had a lot of coworkers help out people like that, and me myself, because, yeah, at Carl's Jr. I used to get in trouble for that, giving cookies out to people. Cookies were the cheapest thing we had, and I knew if I got in trouble for selling them, or for giving them out, it would be the one thing that I could afford to have my own back on. They were 50 cents a cookie, and so I used to grab like 6 or 10 of them, and just put them in a paper bag and give them to people, and like little kids and shit like that, cause, man, fuck Carl's Jr. Fuck them all. Such a shitty place to work. They do not, I mean, it's as usual. They don't give a fuck about their employees. Most places are like that nowadays. I don't think I'm ever gonna work at like a service place that actually cares about people. And most of them will say they do, but they don't actually care about you unless you're making them a good amount of money. Like, I know my previous boss that I just had recently, that dude did not care about you unless you were the reason that the place was pulling in money. And he's a Mormon, and he really fronts. This man specifically really fronts like he really cares. He does not. I promise you, that man does not give a fuck. Companies love doing that. And then they'll manipulate their employees into feeling bad if they have to quit due to emergencies and shit like that. Oh, COVID experience was horrible. I live in a really red pill area, so unfortunately I had to deal with a lot of anti-maskers. It started when I was a senior in high school. No, okay, I was a junior, and it started at the end of junior year. And I'm gonna pack up a one and do this because my last bowl sucked. I wonder if I could just aim this up a little bit more so you can probably see the background a little bit. I was a junior, it was the end of junior year, and then we kind of started doing the online classrooms and shit, which was cool and all. And then senior year was when it like really hit. And it got so hard for me, I ended up dropping out of school because I was a really hands-on kid. I mean, I was straight up in special ed class because I needed hands-on learning. I needed more help than usual. And so when it switched to online and I was no longer ever in the classroom, and I was just like, it was on my little Chromebook that the school gave to us, and I'm just trying to sum it up in the best way possible. Essentially, I gave up really quick. Like halfway through the year, I was like, this is not going to work. Like, I'm not learning anything. I have no intention of coming to school. And then I slowly started to wean out. And then one day my principal came to my house and knocked on my door and was like, I know you're dropping out, but can I convince you to change your mind? You only have this much time left. And I ended up choosing working at Carl's Jr. over finishing high school, which is kind of why I have so much resentment towards Carl's Jr. Because they treated me really horrible. But for some reason, I sacrificed a lot for them that I didn't need to. So yeah, I picked working full-time at Carl's Jr. in the middle of COVID over finishing high school. And then that was when I started to have to deal with anti-maskers. And that shit was horrible. As a worker, we were required to ask people to wear a mask. We would get in trouble if we didn't. Like, it was mandatory. We had a script. We were essentially like, and I'm not saying that as in like, as in like, oh, I didn't want to tell people, but I'm making a point because people used to dead ass get violently angry at me and be like, I'm not gonna fucking wear a mask, you can't force me, like angry at me. And I just want to put it out into the universe that we were forced to say that. Like, we would get in write-ups and actual trouble if we didn't. So dealing with anti-mask people, that put a hatred in me for anti-mask, anti-vax people. Usually I really wouldn't care. Do your thing, have your own opinion, live your life the way you want to live. I don't give a fuck. Just don't bother me and don't bother anybody else. That's the way I live my life. But then they started being like really aggressive to me at work, and then that was when it clicked in my head, and I was like, bro, anti-mask people fucking suck. You guys are weird. Because they were so mean to us. I was 17 years old, and I used to have full-grown men get red and purple in the face, screaming 2 inches away from my face that they weren't gonna wear a mask. Like, okay, I get it. You don't, like, the fuck? I'm just asking, my guy. Don't be angry at me. Fuck. I'm just trying to make $16 an hour so I can go buy some Clash of Clan points, and maybe buy some cute clothes on Shein, because I was like 17, 18, and that was like my go-to: Clash of Clans and clothes and weed. Oh my god, when I figured out I could buy weed, I was like, oh, I'll pay you gas money to come drop it off to me, please. You know what? Fuck taking a bowl. I gotta pee, and honestly, I'd rather prioritize peeing over smoking. Yeah. Like, the sum up of that is that COVID sucked. I hated it. It was not fun. It ruined my senior year, and then I had to start working, and people were so mean, and I couldn't do that. People were so mean during COVID. And the first, like, the workers, the people who had to stay and work even though everybody was freaking out, like, I was one of those people. And we also got, like, the most unnecessarily shitty situations because of the fact that we were the only people open. Yeah, there's so many shit to go with that. Sorry, I'm really meticulous about packing my bowls, so it always takes me a minute, because I like to get the prettiest bud. Adjust that guy. See where we're at. Hell yeah. Me and my little thin paper lips. We're kind of going to do like a little... No, we got to do a train station. This is not going to look... I got to do a train station. That's the plan. Okay, I need to look up train stations after I take this. Yeah, COVID was rough. I don't know. I always wonder if COVID didn't hit, if I would have graduated high school. Because a big piece of me blames, like, COVID. But obviously I have to take accountability. You know, I'm still also to blame. It was my own doing, my own choices. But I definitely do always wonder if shit would have been completely different for me. And it probably would have. Probably would have not picked food over school. Or not food, money over school. I just wanted money. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just wanted an income. I've always been that way, though. The moment I could start working, I did. Because I wanted my own money. I still to this day, I hate relying on somebody. I hate like the feeling of having to ask somebody for shit or having to pay somebody back. Like, one thing you will not catch me doing is I don't like owing people. I think the only person I probably owe anything to is my dad, and that's because he bought this little $1,000 fixer-upper car, and he fixed it up, and then I lost my job and I couldn't afford insurance for it, so it's kind of just like sitting in his house being unused. That's probably the only person in this world I owe anything to at the moment. I'm not good with debts. So I always like to have an income so I can just take care of myself and never have to worry about anybody else dealing with it or anybody else having to do anything for me. Because I really hate owing people. Like, I cannot stand when people hold shit over your head. And I've had a lot of people in my life like that who will hold shit over me for the rest of my life. Shit that I didn't ask for. Weird shit like that. We gotta figure out how to make a train station. I did not take that bowl, but I keep thinking about the train station, so I do want to look at some builds for that. Oh, I really want to play Vampire Survivors right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might actually do that. But I still want to look up at train station builds, because if I get inspiration, then I might as well stay. Oh, it's so cute. Minecraft. Train station. Okay. Hell yeah. I wish I could show, like, my phone had good enough graphics for me to show you what I'm looking at. Come on, girly. Why does it do that? I just wanna... Man. But yeah, we're gonna do like a cute little... You probably can't see it. It's like a cute little clock tower train station. I feel like that would look good in this area. COVID was really weird. I can't... That's such a good subject, because I can honestly complain about COVID for days. It was such an odd, weird situation. I didn't even finish getting my vaccinations. I think I got like 2 out of 3 of them, because towards the end I started questioning shit a little bit more. And I'm not an anti-vaxxer by any means. I don't know. I have anxiety, like I said earlier. So when I got my second shot, I threw up out of anxiety because I hate shots. And then I think it like just scared me in my head. In my mind, I was just like, oh, it was because of the vaccine. I don't think it was. I think I just had anxiety. It was a really weird time though. I remember, for people who say that like people weren't getting sick and dying, they should have seen poor areas like Lake County. Our hospital was full to the brim. There was no patient out care. Like the ER was essentially non-existent because they already had so many people to take care of. I remember my mom getting COVID really bad at one point, and she had to go in there because she had breathing issues, and they put her in a cleaning closet because they had no room, and she was in there for like a day. A cleaning closet full of cleaning supplies. And that was kind of like what it was like in Lake County. Like they had no stuff to take care of the situation. It wasn't easy. I worked at a nursing home hospital, and it was so terrible and traumatic. Oh, mama. Oh my god, I can only imagine. Oh, you gotta deal with sick people, and then you got sick, scared elderly, and then you have to deal with all the families who want to see their elderly family but can't because you're trying to keep them safe. Oh, I can bet. And you were probably like, what? 19, 20 at the time. Man, that's young too. You were like a young woman having to deal with some real shit really early. Dude, they display the number of deaths every day and we meet about it. Oh my goodness, you deadass just gave me chills. Like, I'm not exaggerating with you. Little wave of chills. Oh my god. What a horrible experience. Rest in peace to all the people who died, and also, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Oh man, mama. Having to deal with that face to face. See, and you were a first responder. You are a perfect example of somebody who had to work with the community and the public during that time. And then they'd start forcing us to get vaccines and lying to us. It was insane. Yeah. No, they went about it the wrong way. It was very weird and very crazy. Man. COVID was... Yeah. I am honestly so surprised that this country even made it out of there. People are still so upset about all of that to this day, and that whole conversation is definitely a very gotta walk on ice type of conversation. I'm surprised we weren't having like more buildings burning down because people were rioting and shit. Yeah, it was a crazy time, and we were super young during that. God, I cannot imagine working in a nursing home at that time. Finally clean that bowl piece on that bong so that motherfucker hit hard. Man, I was not ready for that. Not gonna lie to you. At the hospital, they'd fail to mark rooms with COVID patients. Oh. See, and that's neglect. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's fucked up. That whole, man. Yeah, that whole situation. I deadass feel sick just thinking about it. Like, fuck all of that. I'm so glad that's... COVID may not be technically over with because we're still dealing with it. We still got people with COVID, but, like, I'm glad it isn't as big as it was then. Obviously, I'm not taking, not discrediting the people who are still going through it. You know what I mean, though. And we had hand sanitize between everything, and we did, and my hands were so... Yeah, I get that. I had to do that in fast food, even, and that was horrible. It was... So, we wash our hands in between glove uses and all that shit, but we had to do it double, and we all had our own little individual hand scrubs and a whole bunch of hand sanitizer, and I remember... What's the feeling? Like, my hands were so dry that when I bent my fingers, I could feel my skin stretching. Oh my god, and I used to have, like, horrible peeling on my hands and in between my fingers and stuff because they would get so dry, and you couldn't put on lotion because, healthcare and food service, neither one of those you can really wear lotion or fragrance things in. Stuff like that. So it was kind of just like we had to suck it up and just let our hands crust off. You go potty? You gotta go potty, hyena? Yeah? Okay. I know. We don't need no poop in the house. Ash, leave her alone. Go potty. Go crazy, go stupid. Sorry, I know I keep getting up a lot, but the dogs are... They need them pooping on the floor. Man, yeah. COVID was rough. It was real rough. Man, yeah. Just remembering all of that was not fun. I always feel really bad for, like, the families who were, like, personally lost people, and then you had, like, people online telling you COVID was fake. Meanwhile, you had, like, people who literally had, like, family members dying because of it, who were losing their parents and their grandparents and children. That always, like, bothered the fuck out of me. Like, imagine losing somebody, but people are so hooked on conspiracy theories that they don't even actually agree that you lost that person. They think it's something totally different, and then you got people online speculating about it, making up stories and accusations about the people who got sick. Like, this is fucking weird. Fucking weird. And unfortunately, a lot of those people got publicized. Like, a lot of the victims, like people who were dead, the media would post them and be like, so and so just died. So you'd have, like, people harassing their families, being like, you're faking it and you're causing fear amongst the public, and, like, they get, like, violent with people, like, shit like that. Like, it was just so not good. I always feel, like, iffy talking about that because I have people in my life who were anti-vaccine and anti-COVID, like, all of that, and then I also have a lot of people in my life who were pro-vaccine and pro, you know, being safe, and I myself am neither or. I think people's bodies should have the choice of their own bodies, but I also agree in keeping the public safe, so I have, like, a very middle, on the fence standpoint about it, if that makes sense. I feel like measles is the best example. Like, I feel like vaccinations for shit like that deserve to be enforced, because if you don't, you could literally be the reason why, like, thousands of people die. Like, one person can be the sole cause of thousands of deaths. I feel like that stuff should be enforced. But at the same time, I also really strongly believe in people getting autonomy and bodily choice. So it's a really complex, hefty subject, that's for damn sure. I'm gonna need stone for this. Or... no, we can do it with dark oak. Rough. Very, very rough. And then we're gonna make these up quite a bit. We're just gonna try and get a layout of this train station. That we have a little bit of an understanding of what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna go back. No, we're not gonna go back any. But we are gonna make a whole bunch of shorter ones. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah. I really sympathize for you having to be a healthcare worker during that time. That does not seem easy at all. And we're gonna make this super tall, because this is gonna be where we put the... we're gonna try and make, like, a little clock. Probably not gonna be able to, but we're still gonna try. I feel like that should be tall enough. Is it bad that I never made love? No, I never did. I should have been upon him. Is it bad that... sorry. Such a good song. I wish my coffee wasn't so cold, but I don't want to reheat it up because it has creamer in it, and I've already reheated it twice, and I just feel like I'm really pushing it after that point. Like, I'm just trying to ask for gross coffee or something. I'm just asking for gross coffee to happen. How big? We're not gonna do this too big, because it's not like an actual big train station. But we do want it to be decent sized. Definitely one of our bigger builds. Is this... we're gonna want to push this back one. Oh, that sucks. We're gonna have to chop that down. Okay. Lame. I'm so excited to play Vampire Survivors. I don't even know if I want to play Minecraft anymore now. I low-key really just want to play Vampire Survivors. We're gonna save this. And then you know what? I think I'm gonna end the stream like right here. And then I'm gonna come back in like 5 minutes and play some Vampire Survivors. Literally like 5 minutes though. Cause I'm just gonna grab a quick snack and then hop right back on. Yeah. Obviously, you know, you can come watch that after it's already been streamed. So don't worry about if you're tired and want to go to sleep. I completely get that. I get it, Mama. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'll be back in a little bit. Play some Vampire Survivors. Try and do some leveling up. I appreciate you chit-chatting with me, Mama. You always make these streams way more entertaining, because then I'm not, like, talking into an empty void. I'm, like, actually talking to somebody, and I appreciate you for that. And you give me so much to talk about. You give me things to talk about that I wouldn't even think to talk about. So, I appreciate you for that. Yeah. I hope you have a good night. And, if I might see you later. If not, it's chill. And either way, I hope you get some good sleep. Hopefully you have some really bomb-ass applesauce. Yeah. Hopefully you get some really good applesauce. And you get some real good sleep. Yeah. Hopefully it's a good night. See you later, Mama.